Hey guys and gals, welcome back. This is your host Raven 2012 and this is Evil Genius Part 2. So yeah, we're back here. They just got done completing these zones for the I believe this is the power area and the freezers. So now they just got to go buy the objects for the room and get this all going here. So hopefully you guys are doing pretty good here. So once they get all these in here, they should start, once they're free up building all this stuff, they should start bringing these bodies in there so that anybody who's snooping around won't see those body bags and report them to the world and have agents come over here and harass us. We don't want that right now. So the mod that I have that I was talking about is just basically changes the colors of the body bags to each nation. So like these ones are going to be yellow, another nation is going to be blue and whatnot. I think the standard one should be like either a blue or green if you're not using the mod. And that one's easy to find. I'll probably, like I said, go into either this description or the original first episode I have, and it should be on Evil Genius Planet, where you can get some of the mods. And there's not too many mods. They're basically the only mods out there. Doesn't really change the gameplay. It just basically a lot of them are just different skins. The play style of the game is already pretty fantastic. So hopefully they'll get one of these generators. They usually buy the yeah, they usually buy the backup power supply first. I need some of these generators. And right over here, you got these different alert buttons. Stand down is pretty much, they'll act normal. Alert button, the yellow here, they'll actually go and arm themselves, and if you have like gun racks, they'll actually arm themselves with guns and keep them on themselves. Alert, the red alert is basically they'll arm themselves and attack any foreign people on this map. That would be agents, it'll be tourism. So it's basically a code red to kill everybody, basically. So once you hit it, you're gonna hear alarm, and it's gonna keep beeping. To make it stop that sound, click it again, and it'll keep it on yellow alert, but it'll take that alarm sound off. Since there's no weapons, they're not gonna be phased by yellow alert. So that's how you do that. This button here, jump to your minions, will toggle through them. This will toggle to your Evil Genius. We already went through that last time. And we can't show you this guy yet because we don't have our control room. Once we get the control room, I'll show you the world. It might be a few episodes here. And this here shows you your night and day cycle. If you haven't noticed, there is a night and day cycle. Information. It's kind of like an in-game Wikipedia. It gives you information on certain things in the game. So yeah, there's a lot of information in the game. You don't get that nowadays with a lot of games. Objectives. Oh, we got one completed. Yes, we already killed those guys. There's optional objectives. You won't get those yet. So make sure, when I first played this, I didn't see this button down here, and there's a lot of optional objectives. Make sure you check that occasionally. So we got one of the power generators up. He's producing 35 now, but we gotta get above 43. So I think, how much does one of these produce? Produces plus 15. So that'll give me 45. I may need to build another generator room. And this is one of the bugs with this game. Sometimes it messes up your mouse. So let me pause this and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Just remember there's a weird bug that occasionally happens with your mouse. It's usually when you're using the middle mouse to move like this. Sometimes you'll, I don't know if it's a memory leak with this, but it'll go out. And basically when you move your mouse left and right, up and down, it acts like the middle mouse. So basically if you guys have that problem, just either disconnect your USB mouse and plug it back in, or just restart your PC. It's not a big deal, but it's been around for a while. So let's see, 45, 50, 60. It should give me enough. You later on with research, there's research in this game. You can actually get better generators. Double capacitors. Basically it's just another one that stacks on top of this. You get a bigger one of these. They get most of the stuff that you research gives you better capacity for less space, pretty much. So they already have these tagged to go there and to move them on the rack, since we got some on there. And this one should give us enough power to turn on these doors. There we go, 50. Awesome. Even though there's gold left in here, I'm not going to worry about that because we can accumulate more and they'll go in here. So wherever these briefcases are, when they bring them over here, is where the gold's going to actually fill up. So once I start getting gold from the world, it'll start filling up in here, and this will not fill up anymore. It'll just decrease from this side. So it looks like we're getting a pretty good base going right now. Got it all set up. Corridors, we got the fire extinguishers. And the next thing we need to do is start building our control room and building the barracks. I'm probably going to reserve an area for here for the not the stronghold, but basically the security room, where we're going to have security cameras and our security guys are going to be in there. So I like to keep that by the entrance too. And a good thing to note, whenever you make corridors, don't make just one long one that comes down the middle. Try to zigzag them around. You know, you got to keep these guys confused. See, now there's a little overload. You see them sparking a little bit. That's because it needs this other generator, and it should take it out of the yellow. There we go. And we're good to go for right now. So I need to get another. Let's do some more designing here. Figure out what I'm going to do. I wish I had the unlock for the security room. I don't remember how to unlock that actually. That is okay. What am I gonna do? I have to build another one of these rooms because that control room will take a lot of power. So this is actually going to take a bit. You don't have to necessarily build rooms just square, and I'll show you in a bit here what kind of stuff you can actually do with the room designs. Wish I knew how big this room would be. We'll do barracks for right now. This is not going to be the barracks. I'm just using this as a template. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This looks like it's going to be 8 by 8, and that's a pretty good room.
Rooms can be built in all kinds of shapes. It's good to leave a 2-tile wide entrance to rooms, so that later you can place doors there.
Yep, like she said, you can build them any shape you want. I could put a little power room here. This is going to be a very long corridor. Let's build the control room. I'm just going to do a basic layout right now. And it's got to be pretty massive because you got a lot of equipment that's going to be going in there. Yeah, see all these control thingamabobs. That is 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 by 10, that should be okay. There's another thing I can unlock. It's a screen that goes up here.
Object has been ordered. Object purchase order confirmed. Object has been ordered.
Alright guys, I'll be right back. I'll design this because I don't want to bore you guys with trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I'll see you in a bit, guys. Alrighty everybody. So I got a basic design here. I got the corridor coming around here. I blocked this out so I don't have to mess around with this. This is going to be my security room. It's not going to be square like this. I'll probably design something in there. I just basically blocked that out so I could get around to doing this area. And basically this is my control room. These are your control panels. This is basically what they get in to access the world. Hack into the world. Memory banks. It's pretty much stuff you gathered from the world will be stored in here. Just in case of if you have to leave an area, it would have all this information stored in this memory bank. You can put a lot more of these. This is just the basics, what I'm doing right now. Probably 4, that may be too much for me right now. But 4 of these might be too much. They're pretty expensive. Yeah, they're like $10,000, so I don't know if I can afford all those. So it's giving me an idea what I need. I'll probably put 2 and 2 of these memory banks. This little room here is probably going to be the break room, and over here I blocked out an area for the barracks. So I try to keep the barracks, the break room, pretty close to the control room, so that when if they get tired, they can just come in the break room or hop over here into the barracks and go to sleep. And then somewhere I'll put like a kitchen around here, somewhere close, so if they get hungry, they can go in the kitchen. So that's basically it. I tucked in a little generator with two capacitors and a fire hydrant there, just in case if something happens. But hopefully that's going to be enough for these guys. So I'll end up deleting a couple of these. They're going to get us expensive right now. Hopefully I have enough money for that generator. 10,000. I should be okay. It's 10. It's 20,000 there. Another 20. These aren't that whoops. How much are these? These are not that expensive.
Object has been ordered.
And then your time clock. Basically, this time clock, I think I can turn it on. It just sets how many minions should be in here. In this room type, you can set it up to be like 2, 3. What that does is, if they're not doing anything, they'll be in this room type, even though there's people on the control panels. Once they get tired and leave, some of these guys idling here will jump on there right away. So that's kind of some of these room types, you need to put a time clock in there so that it's always staffed in there, basically. If you don't, they won't come in this room unless they don't have anything to do. So a time clock makes sure there's somebody in there. So let's check out the control room. I need to do this barracks. I think once I get these unlocked here, it will give me some more money and some more room types. Basically want to get this done first. That way I'll show you the world type before we jump into ending this episode and jumping into another one. But watch him. Once he gets to this other door, this one should shut, which is good. That's kind of why I spaced them out a little bit. That one would have been a little too close there. So you try to want them to have, by the time they get to the next door, the last one they came out, to close. Yeah. This one's a little damaged there. If they're damaged, they're not as efficient. The only way I can get those fixed is to get some other minions. There's other types of minions. To unlock those, we gotta capture certain characters in the world, and basically we interrogate them, and then we can actually create these other types. And I'll show you those in other episodes. We don't want to jump too far ahead. Let's check out the map. I don't think I should have any people checking me out. The higher the higher you get your notoriety. See, I can't even pronounce that, guys. The more agents that will come to the island here and try to investigate things going on. So right now we're just the little guys. We can actually see the notoriety in the world map once we get this control panel up. So like I said, I'm not going to build a door there. It's kind of in the base here, and even if they destroy one, I still have backups over here, so it doesn't really matter. And basically, don't keep all your eggs in one basket. You want to create multiple power rooms all over your base, just in case. Because if they take out, I've learned that from the past when I first started playing this game. I made a big giant control room, and I had agents come in there and blow it up. And another thing to keep in mind, remember how I was saying to keep these open so people can walk in here? One thing to note, if I put a capacitor here and this area is still open right here, like somebody can walk here but nobody can access that from walking in here, like that capacitor is blocking here and there's this open space, agents can come through the ground and pop through there. I don't know why they do that. I think it's to investigate to see why you have these blocked areas, and they can come through your base that way. So keep in mind when you building things to keep all these areas accessible. You can walk through. Do not block any of these walking areas here because agents will pop through there. And I had that in the past with building these power rooms. I would put like a capacitor here and this area would be blocked here. Like people can still walk through there because it's a 1x1 area. And they would pop in there and would destroy my whole power room. So keep that in mind if that makes sense for you guys. So basically don't block in any walking areas. As long as they can get in and out of these walkable areas, you're fine. Just keep that in mind, guys. So cash is looking really low. I might just have to build one of these control. I might be okay with 2 memory banks right now. 5,000. I should be okay. Once we get this open, we should be able to send some agents out to actually start stealing money. I kind of built up a little bit too much, but we should be okay. We should be okay. This, I think this is on pause, isn't it?
Room construction on pause.
Alright, let's start building this room here. And I don't want you guys to see this. We'll skip ahead and once this gets built, I'll have you take a look at it. We'll see you in a bit, guys. Oh, I wanted to show you this. I got backup funds received. I ran out of money. They'll give you $10,000. You only get that a couple of times, so don't rely on that. Like I said, it's usually when you run out of money, they'll give you that a couple of times. I think 3 times is the max, and you won't get any more. It's a lot like those other tycoon games you get in the beginning when you run out of money. They'll give you backup funds, so keep that in mind. It's something not to rely on. It's just to get you going. Because I ran out of money when I built this room here. Sometimes they usually tell you how much they're going to cost. So I got 80, a little over, less than half power consumption, or a little bit over. So this should be enough to confuse the agents. I don't get too obsessive over it because there's no perfect one. I try to create a lot of doors just to confuse them, and that's probably why my power is going down. Because the more doors you have, the more power consumption. And Yeah, we'll be right back, guys. Alright, we're back. I forgot to mention too, there is no way to speed up time to make things go faster, so you guys sit here and just watch them for a while. Yeah, I got a couple more $10,000 funds. Like I said earlier, a few seconds ago, I think it's only 3 times. I think you can keep getting it until that control room is up. I think the most important part of this base is that control room, and once you get that up, I think you don't get any more excuse me, any more funds, backup funds. But I think if I get this built, it should give me a bonus. See, I got another one. This is my 3rd one. So we'll see if we can get this going. This is the basics. These 2 here. This is all we need to access the world. And I think once we get this built, we should be able to unlock a lot of these room types. We should be able to get the armory. And I think we should be able to get more minions. Our minion capacity is going to go up probably 10 to 20. And I'll put my little guy in there. He likes to be in there.
Caution! Funds low!
Oh no. Maybe my backup system is gone. I think I should have enough to get what I need. This is a little scary, guys. I don't want to start this over. You can always sell things and you get a partial refund depending on your how you started your game, if it was easy, normal, hard. I could sell these capacitors if need be. But I think it should give us all what we need. Yeah. It's bringing us our control panel, hopefully. And we need our time clock. Oh, we need the door. Hopefully we got everything. We should have 3-4 boxes. Oh, he gave us extra funds. Whew, thank you. I don't think you ever get stuck where you can't finish that control room. So you see the gold's emptied out of there. Now every time I get gold, it starts filling up in here. So I'll leave that door there. And I have that set up for, let's put it right there. Have some guys in there. And once this gets set up, guys, I'll end the episode, and in the next episode we'll continue on with the control room and looking at the world. Finally, we'll get to access the world. Doors up. Hopefully we have enough power. This guy's gonna drain a lot of power. Let's see how much it's gonna take. Just 2 actually. That's not too bad. If you have too many of them, like I said, it's going to use up a lot of power. Keep that in mind when you build these. Memory bank takes up 1. There we go, memory bank's up. Now we're just waiting for the control panel. Where you be? There you is. So we got guys clocking in right now. And this information here tells you the health, your loyalty, your smarts, your attention, and your endurance. And those will obviously go down through time, but we can build certain things in the base to actually keep that all the way up to the top if we want, and we'll end up having to do that later. And what that does, once some of those get low, their loyalty towards you will decrease, and basically they'll end up deserting your organization and just leave. And they may give you information about your base and whatnot to the wrong people when they leave. So you want to keep that up. And then your evil genius got this circle of influence here, and basically if people walk through there, you'll see these little arrows go up, and that's basically their loyalty. So every time they walk by that, so it's kind of good to place them somewhere where there's going to be a lot of traffic. But later on you can buy, or you're going to capture certain items that you can place around your base that will increase certain things. So here we go. This should bring up a video.
Depot now stocks new objects. New room blueprints now available.
So we got topside shack. We got the hotel hall. We should get a lot of
You now have
stuff.
access to the world domination screen. From here, you will be able to commit acts of infamy all around the globe to increase your notoriety and steal valuable loot from under the noses of the forces of justice. Right now, though, the most important information to note is that the world map is your primary means of obtaining additional funds. You can send minions to any region in the world, where they will automatically steal money as long as the stealing option is selected for the region. Once in a region, your minions will send back their ill-gotten gains at regular intervals. It will be collected from a depot and taken to your strong room. Each region has a cash rating. The higher this is, the more cash your minions will steal. You can uncover the cash rating by having the required number of control panels active for the region. Having more minions stealing in a region will increase the amount of money stolen. Also, some minion types are better at stealing than others, so choose your forces wisely. Sending minions to a region is a simple process. Just select the region you wish to steal from, then select which men you wish to send from the minion list at the bottom of the screen. If you want to bring minions back to the island, just select them from the minion region list. Remember that it takes a little time for minions to travel to the world and back. The small numbers in the minion lists indicate minions currently in transit.
So yeah, that's basically how you do that. And I'll show you how to do that once we get into the world menu. Hotel lobby. What else we're gonna be getting? Hotel lounge. That's all the stuff you're gonna put out here to get your tourists to go in there.
As well as being a cash candy jar for you to dip your hands into, the world domination screen gives you the opportunity to increase your
I'll show you all that stuff later. Did we get any more building types? I think I won't get those till I build the barracks, so I'm gonna have to set up the design for the barracks, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Let me show you the world before we leave. So yeah, here's your let me do one more thing. Let's see if I can do any more minions. No more minions. So here's your world map. Some of these areas with the flags are certain little missions you can do, and that's how you get your notoriety up. I always get tongue-tied on that one. And it tells you what you need to do it. So it says like 4 workers. And here's your notoriety bar here. Once this goes up, you can get pretty evil, and you have a lot more agents coming at your base and trying to attack you and whatnot. Right now there's no information on here. Some of these will, once you have some of these control panels, enough of these, you're usually going to need another one to hack some of these areas. One is not enough, and basically it gives you information of how much money you can steal there, and I think the other information is basically how much heat you get from being there, and I'll show you that in the next episode here. Yeah, region information. Yeah, I got some toggled stuff here. Toggles acts of infamy, and your toggle minion mockers. So the more information you hack from a certain region, once you can specify what region you want to actually hack, and it should come up here once you get enough of these control panels, and it'll give you a lot of information about the area. A lot more of the stuff will unlock. You'll be able to see a lot more of these acts of infamy. You'll be able to see items you can actually steal from out there and bring back to your base. So yeah, and then this tells you what your cash is right now at your base. This will tell you your total income you're stealing from the world, and it'll tell you how many seconds it'll take. But like she said, different minions will be better at this. Workers will be the last. Some of your security guys will be a lot better at doing this. They'll be able to get more income from a region. Some of them will increase the speed, so it'll be a little bit faster. So there's a lot of information we'll go over, and we'll get into more details once we start going out there in the world and start getting money. Basically, I could probably do that here once I get this barracks open. I'll probably send out one guy right now, and I kind of know some of these regions, which ones pay off more, and I'll send out one guy next episode. I'll show you that, and then we'll work on this barracks a little bit for you guys. So alrighty guys, thanks for joining me in Evil Genius with your host Raven 2012, and we'll see you next time in episode 3. And like always guys, have a great day. Bye bye.